What do you mean, Beach Street? My nose itches. I got Chinese food on my nose. I had some
Chinese food in your nose.
I had a Hunan.
What are you doing?
And they had noodles, and as you're drinking up the noodles, just
no.
Yeah.
What?
You're not supposed to
Who
cut
does
noodles.
that?
You're not supposed to cut noodles. It's disrespectful to cut noodles.
Okay. So how you get noodles up your nose?
Easy.
When you're eating the noodles, and you got to slurp up the rest of the noodle. That's because you're not supposed to cut the noodles.
Okay.
And then just
this is news to me, ladies and gentlemen out there in podcast land.
Oh, we're recording.
If any of you have ever had noodles up your nose, please hit us up.
It's like when you go get I know it's pho. It's pho. You got to call it pho. But people call it pho. It's okay. There's dumbasses that say tortillas. I'll be the dumbass that says pho, even though it's pho.
Oh.
Well, fuck.
Beat Street. We're doing Beat Street.
Yeah,
keep going. Just saying it.
We'll get back to Beat Street right now. I'm just talking about noodles.
This
Same
is
thing.
so much more interesting.
Damn.
So much more.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
I mean, it is what it is. Beat Street. Beat Street.
Tell you right now, anything like breaking or breaking two.
Not even wild style.
Electric. This is blasphemy. I can't.
Together.
Those movies by themselves. There's no Crush Groove.
Nope.
There's no Wild Style. There's no Breaking.
It's Beat Street.
Yeah, it's Beat Street.
It's Sleep Street. That's what that is. Sleep Street.
Man.
Is it time?
It's time to hit that goddamn intro before I go to fuck off.
Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
All right, friends and family, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, peoples, whoever's listening. Yep, CastOfThePod, CastOfThePod.com. You can hit us up on all social medias at most social medias. The TikTok's about to be gone, allegedly. And, you can call us. Call us at 786-PODCAST. That's 786. And for those of y'all that aren't old enough to know about the letters on the phone, 786-763-2278 at Cast of the Pod. Hit us up over there. Club 3P. Y'all are the shit. We have a brand new idea specifically just for y'all, but we'll tell y'all specifically just for y'all. That way, when you get y'all's, then we'll talk about it to everybody else. But I'm Josh.
I'm Cobweb.
And I'm Deb.
We normally do horror movies.
Sometimes we do horrible movies.
Hold on, Deb. Hold on. But Cobweb's like, it's the 40th anniversary of Beat Street. And I'm like, yeah, so? He's like, we got to show it. And I'm like,
we did Blood In, Blood Out.
Yeah.
You called it auto. You're right. Okay. This is my Blood In, Blood Out.
Bro.
And we gave it a chance. Twice.
How many meme sites are there that are dedicated just to Beat Street? None.
What are you talking about?
How many meme sites are dedicated just to Blood In, Blood Out? I know about 10. I know at least 10 legit ones.
Miko's gonna be in San Antonio.
Hey, now I got respect for the culture. I got for the four. Wait. Were you the one that was trying to make it 5 pillars of hip hop? Yeah. because there's four. There's four. Somebody was trying to make it 5, but this movie was nothing but a money grab. I'll tell you that right now. It was a money grab. How many B-boys? How many B-boys? Look it up.
Recording resumed. What happened? We stopped. See, you see, this shit is all fucking up.
Look it up. Look it up and see how many B-boys wore Pumas or Kangol at the time. Legit, real B-boys were like, we don't wear that shit. But
what the fuck are you talking about? I wore that shit every fucking day.
After this fucking movie came out.
I was wearing it when the movie came out.
Look up.
Okay. Look. Let's
New York, not Chicago. Old school New York B-boys. And they were like, that's bullshit about those Kangols. That's bullshit about those Pumas. But you know what? Kangol and Puma sponsored the fuck out of the production of this. That's why everybody had fucking Pumas on. That's why they had Pumas right at the beginning of the movie. It was a money grab. As much as
you had to get your sponsors. They had to do their thing. And you know what? You were a crew. Let me tell you something though, but that was a fact. When you were a dance crew, you all matched. If they was a flyers crew around, they had to have the flyers gear around. Come on, bro.
Crew,
why you fronting on the great legacy of Beat Street? Let me break this down to you people out here, bro.
I'm looking at it without the glasses of nostalgia on it and looking at it for what it was. It was a money grab. It was a money grab.
Bro, Beat Street.
There was no crush groove. Look at the purity.
Is the only hip hop movie that embellishes all 4 fundamental pillars of hip hop. Okay? It's got the DJing, the MCing, the breakdancing, and the graffiti.
Right.
There's no movie that has all 4 of those elements of hip hop in it. There isn't.
I'm not.
And the thing about it is see, here's the thing. Here's the thing about B Street that is so remarkable about the time and how things are switched. During that time, being the MC was not the biggest thing about hip hop. It just wasn't. It was the dancing. It was the graffiti. It was the DJ for the party. The MC was the afterthought. Now, it's completely the difference. We are judged on hip hop mostly by the work of the MC instead of the work of the other branches of the culture.
See,
I'm sorry.
You're emotionally missing the whole point of what I'm saying. Normally, we do horror movies here at Cast of the Pod, and the only reason I agreed on this one, we still haven't done Thunderheart yet for Matt Martinez, which we should have done a year ago.
Instead of this one.
You're looking at it with the emotionality, Smokey, with the nostalgia of it 40 years later after it got turned into a keystone of it. When they made it, though, so it's okay just to make stuff to poke eyes and steal money from a trend at the time. 40 years later, it's okay, though. It's okay. But the main reason why I was like, fine, let's do this movie, right, is because of Dwayne Jones.
Who produced this movie? Who's the producer of this movie?
Dwayne Jones. He wasn't the producer, but let's give a shout out to Dwayne Jones.
Okay, who was the producer of this movie?
Do you know who Dwayne Jones is? You're talking about the culture. You're talking about all that. Do you know who Dwayne Jones is?
Did he do like some music videos and shit like that?
No, Dwayne Jones was Robert. He was the old man that was with Tracy, with Ray Down Chong there at her school. What's the special thing about Robert?
Who, that dude? The guy that was at the
Come on.
Oh, that guy? That asshole?
The old guy. What's so special about him? He's the brother that survived, almost survived, Night of the Living Dead. He's one of the reasons why Romero caught so much shit, because they had such a strong black man in the movie that made it all the way through. No, Night of the Living Dead, the original one, the black and white one. The reason that
I noticed. I completely forgot about that.
And
So
talking about
you
the
really
culture.
on that. That's where you're reaching on this one at.
No, but talking about the culture. Forgot the culture of this movie. We hadn't even talked about Mary Alice, God rest her soul.
Bruh.
That's the mom, Cora.
Okay. So did you even read the IMDb yet?
No. An
Okay.
aspiring DJ who happens to be 30-something years old pretending he's 18 from the South Bronx, and his best friend, a promoter, tried to get into show business by exposing people to hip-hop music and the local culture.
Oh, sorry.
Gotta do it.
I fell asleep again.
Gotta do it.
Directed by Stan Latham. Let's see what else Stan Latham has done.
He's done a couple things.
Let's see. Director, writer, producer. He's known for The Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Yep.
Go Tell It to the Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
He did Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones.
Yep. Sure did.
He did the TV movie of Martin, which was horrible. Martin is in my top 3 favorite TV shows of all time, but that movie was ass. Just like the movie for fucking Breaking Bad, El Camino, that movie was ass.
No, it wasn't.
El Camino sucked balls.
Bro.
The writer Steve Hager. Hey, look, he's whiter than my grandpa. Let's see. Born in Illinois, Hager created an underground newspaper called the Tin Whistle. Obtained a
What about
master's.
wait. So who produced this movie? Who put this shit together?
Let's see. Andrew Davis, David Gilbert. Who produced it?
I don't know.
I know Puma and Kango were 2 of the producers.
Oh man.
Andrew Davis looks like my cousin on my dad's side, also known for The Fugitives, Under Siege, Holes, and The Guardian. Yep.
Was it Harry Belafonte?
No, he was one of the producers that was related to somebody, so they just stuck his name on there.
Oh, it was good enough. Then the Harry Belafonte name worked good enough for me.
And they didn't even have him as an executive producer. They just had his name listed there on the bottom. That way they could throw him on the poster. They couldn't even give him first place on it.
Hey, it stuck with me when I was a kid. Ooh, Harry Belafonte, he the man.
Mm-hmm.
He the man. See, this is the thing about this Beat Street thing, man. I'm trying to figure this out, like, for real, bro. Because, I mean, if you haven't seen this movie, you know, you might want to go pull it out. I mean, you could be like Deborah, she says that it's Sleep Street, but I mean, come on, man. It's like a fabric of the culture. I remember when I first saw this movie, and honestly, to tell the truth, I feel the same way I did when I first saw it back then. I mean,
excuse me.
I can rate it, and I'm not going to give it a 10. It's the fact that it pulled at everything that it possibly could at the time. I mean, if you think about it, there was nothing that they were going to show in hip hop that they could have shown better than Beat Street at the time, because it showed everything.
Breaking, Crush Groove.
Breaking wasn't all that great. Crush Groove was dope, but they misspelled LL's name. So that's points off.
He was nobody at the time, so nobody knew his
What
name.
What are you talking about? He came in and he almost got blasted by Jam Master Jay with the jammy.
But nobody knew who he was. So when you're nobody, that's when you earn your way up to being somebody, where you can say, oh, they misspelled my name. But when he was in that, he was nobody. I mean, everybody's somebody, but
man, that was still LL Cool J, bro.
Now that was then. This is now. If they misspelled his name now, then that's some bullshit. But back then, nobody knew.
They didn't know. That's what we can say. They didn't know.
Nobody knew that ladies love James.
They didn't know. They didn't know. It's okay. A lot of them, they learned. And whoever wrote that in, they say, I was a motherfucker that misspelled LL Cool J's name in Crush Groove.
I was a guy that misspelled that nobody, who ended up being somebody later on. Maybe my misspelling of that name was inspiration that gave him the gas to do what he ended up doing. That way he was like, nobody's gonna misspell my name again. Maybe.
You tripping hard, bro. Tripping hard. And Deborah over there, she tripping hard. And let me tell you something about you, Deborah. Deborah Long over there.
2 hour ass long movie. 2 hour ass long movie.
Hey, let me
This
throw
movie
this
is-
out. Let me throw this out first before you jump. When we watched Blood In, Blood Out, what did you rate it?
I don't remember what I gave Blood In, Blood
You
Out. I
rated
think
it
I gave it a
high
10.
It was like a 9 or 10. Yeah.
So don't be like, we watched Blood In, Blood Out, because you enjoyed that movie.
Okay.
And this one, and I'm not looking at it as this is what I think about hip hop or whatever. I'm looking at it as this is a movie.
Yeah.
And this movie put me to sleep twice.
Twice.
After drinking a Red Bull. With
Bro,
the
I'm
weed.
sitting up here watching in the background the dance scene at the
This
fever, bro.
This is one of the best parts of the movie. I love this part of the movie. I love this part of the movie.
Because it was dope. Let me tell you something. It was all right. Look. The characters in this movie, I loved. I loved all of them, except for one. There was one character in this movie that I hate the most, and I still hate his ass.
That Italian guy that made no sense because he was trying to show that he was a biter by chewing the fucking can. Oh, y'all are fighting. Oh, y'all are fighting. You're a biter. You're a biter. This is a biter. Let me bite a can. Ho, ho, ho. Now everybody's going to stop fighting. Fuck out of here.
He diffused the situation without it getting violent.
There was no
That's
need
what
for that
hip-hop is all
homeless
about.
motherfucker. There was no
He
need for
diffused the situation without violence.
unhoused motherfucker. You're not supposed to say homeless anymore.
It's unhoused.
Fluffy says you got to say unhoused.
Bruh.
This unhoused motherfucker.
Dude, let me tell you something right now. Okay, Kenny was a great DJ.
Kenny was 32 years old when they filmed this movie, trying to act like he is 17. 32. Ozzy Davis' son, old ass motherfucker, man. And then Lee's all there talking like he's from the streets, and then his mom's there talking all normal and all that. Man, now a lot of people will say that's not how a black mom is. That's not how. Not even bringing race into it. How many moms are going to be like, oh, here's my grown ass son that's leading my younger son into doing nothing with his life after my oldest son was murdered in a gang fight. So in the morning, I'm just going to turn off the radio and go, good morning. Wake up, my special little angels. The fuck out of here.
Bro, that was real. That was real. That was so real, bro. That was so tight. Because let me tell you something. I was thinking man, I wish that was my mom. Oh, that's breakfast on the table too? Oh man, that's nice. Them eggs look good. And toast. Ooh.
And they were just disrespecting their mom left and right. Mary Alice, like I said, God rest her soul. Just my precious little angels. What did I tell you about dancing for pennies? Ma, I made $46. My mom would have been like, nobody fucking asked you. Just I said dancing for pennies on the street. Bitch.
Now see, that's the thing though, because I used to do that back in the day.
I had my
cousin,
cardboard.
Right. We used to do that back in the day. My cousin, my windmill was fucked up. I'm not gonna front. I had a fucked up ass windmill, and
I kick the fuck out of motherfucker. I'm sorry.
Right. I got to hold the radio. That's what I got to do. I got to hold the radio and collect the money. I had the flyers gear and I had the radio, right? So, and I collected the money. So that was it. But I could not hit that windmill for shit. I tried. I just could not get it.
I could not bring up memory of this film. Could not bring up any memory of this film. And then we started watching it, and then I was like, "Oh, it's the one with the little kid that's breakdancing." The first breakdance scene when Beat Street goes off against whatchamacallit? I can't remember the other crew because it wasn't the Bronx Bombers. I was gonna say Rocksteady Crew. Oh, I got a connection to Rocksteady Crew. I'll bring that up in a little bit. But all I remember when I think back about this film is Lee dancing that first time, right?
Oh, in the apartment?
At the party.
Oh, yeah, at the party. Lee was dope.
And then this scene
Lee
is
was
behind
dope.
me. The scene that's behind me right now, man, when he looked like a grown ass man when he walked in with a Kango and those fucking glasses, those Daryl glasses.
Oh my God. Lee was so, let me tell you about Lee. I loved everything about his character. He was like the sub point of this story. You know, I saw it really was all about him. That dude, he had mad style. I mean, he was like, I'm going with you, Kenny. I'm going. He wanted to go to the party. Every single time he went somewhere, he turned it out. He had mad dance moves. He had skills, man. He had skills. And oh, dude, he had like what he was trying to set up was, I was understanding this. He was trying to set up, you know, his style. He had the dancers. He had Raymond, that piece of shit. And he had and he also had Double K as the DJ. And he was gonna put all this shit together, you know, and market it out.
You're talking about Charlie.
And he probably could have did, and he really could have done it. He really could have done it. You know,
all these years I thought he was Charlie. I thought you were talking about Lee. Right now you're talking about Charlie, right?
Yeah, Charlie and Lee. Lee was
just a dancing kid.
A good ass motherfucking dancer.
A good ass dancing kid. But all these years I thought his name was Charlie, and then we were watching it and the captions were on and she's calling him Charlie, CHO, Charlie, and I'm like, man, they misspelled the fucking captions. And I get on IMDb, his name was Charlie, CHOLLIE.
Oh, the manager?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool dude. He knew what it was about. You know how you knew that he was always good? Because he was always about that paper. You know, and they didn't like that. Because he came, the first thing he always kept saying is like, what's up with that contract?
So like I was saying though,
guaranteed money.
Watching this and remembering this movie, I remember when Lee starts dancing, right? Then I remember them getting to here where they're at right now, and those weird ass jazz interpretive dance college kid motherfuckers were doing stuff. I'm like, why would anybody want to watch this? And then I remember Ramo's death. That's all I remember about this movie. And then
that piece of shit.
When we started watching this, and it's like, hey, that's Rae Dawn Chong before she came out of Commando. And seeing this movie is when I decided as a kid, I think I was 9 years old when this movie came out. When I decided that even being a youngster, maybe not knowing where certain things go in certain places and stuff like that, I was like, Tracy, that's Rae Dawn Chong, can get it.
She was cool, bro. She was cool. She got all hyped up when she came over there, back over to their house and shit, right? Remember? And she came back and he's like, was showing her what he could do with the music and stuff like that. She started taking her coat off. Getting all relaxed.
No, go back and watch it one more time. Watch it one more time.
How many times? What?
Watch this movie one more time. Watch that scene, right? Because when she goes over there and he starts playing his weird mix that's actually kind of shitty. I mean, technology wise, he was doing badass stuff. How he was capturing stuff, how he was mixing it, how he was bringing different genres and different types together. It was great, but it sounded kind of ass, right? And she's listening to it and she literally goes like this. She's like, she go back and look. I rewound.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I never saw that. Let me tell you something, dude.
Because you know what?
Because the equipment that he had, like this. The equipment he had. Jesus.
If you're not watching on YouTube or if you're not watching on Spotify, this is how I'm watching the movie. This is the greatest movie ever. 40 years of hip hop. It's 50 years of hip hop, by the way. But 40 years ago, the movie came out. Eyes just over there. Just I'm supposed to like this movie, so I'm gonna like it because.
That fucking piece of shit right there. That motherfucker right there. That motherfucker right there.
Are you talking about the mom or are you talking about Carmen?
Raymond. That shit right there.
Yeah. What kind of hero is it like I got a child. Oh, you want me to get a job just because I have a child?
Wait a minute. Okay, no. Let me do this right now. Okay, Raymond. And there's one character that I did not like worse than Spit. I actually hated Raymond more than I did Spit. Seriously, I'm be honest with you. Spit I can understand because he was an asshole. I mean, he couldn't paint, so he did what he did. But this motherfucker Raymond right here, Come on, bro. Everybody was right about his ass. His pop was right. Get your shit together. You got a kid. Take care of your kid. You know, his mother-in-law, she was all about it. Do about it. And what does this dude do? He come over there to the house with a freaking sweatshirt painted, and that's supposed to be making up for time, just like old girl said. Dude, where the fuck is the motherfucking money for the Pampers or any fucking goddamn thing? He got money for goddamn spray paint.
See, this is what I'm trying to say.
But he ain't got no money to take care of his fucking kid.
That's what I'm trying to say. Just because the 4 pillars are in this movie doesn't mean it's done right. Doesn't mean it. And everything in this movie is like, don't get a job. I'm not saying get a 9-to-5 and waste your life away on a 9-to-5, not getting anywhere or anything like that and giving up on your dream. But on this movie, he's like, get a job just because I have a kid. And then fucking Kenny didn't want to get a job. And then they got Lee out in the... he was supposed to be like 12, 11, 12, whatever. Then they got him out in the middle of nowhere. And they're like, you stay here, even though we know you're going to sneak out and be with us later on. He even says that.
That's because you got to realize something. Here's something you're not grasping about these guys that he had put together. These guys here were the best in the city. Raymond was the best graffiti artist in the city. Double K was the best DJ in the city. Lee was the best breakdancer in the city. These guys that he had put together on his team were the best of the best. They were superstars. They were superstars that just didn't get discovered. That's what happened as soon as Double K got that doggone chance to get busy at the Burning Spear. He turned that motherfucker out.
No,
he turned it out. The stuff that Raymond was doing and graffiti wise was the best shit fucking ever. That shit was so cold blooded. And would you really want to go 1-on-1 with Lee? They were a super team. They really were.
You're watching it with nostalgia glasses on. Charlie didn't get everybody together. That's just who was there. That's who happened to be there. His friends that happened to be there.
He was their manager.
Only because he was the only person out of the whole crew that couldn't do shit. He couldn't do any of the pillars. So he was just, they're like, and then you see later on when they're talking about the contract and all that, and he says, is this your manager? Is this who represents you? He's like, yeah. And he's like, good luck with that, kid.
Exactly. Because he
Charlie
was about that money.
They felt
because they don't, let me tell you something. That's how they is in this industry, bro. They don't want people that's coming up and saying like, okay, where's that money at? Let's be real about this and take care of it like business. Back in the day, they wanted to go off of that stuff like they used to do in Crush Groove with just a handshake contract. You good with that handshake. And then they pull up behind you and take it off it like that. That's how it used to be. But no, it's about that money. He was right. He was right. I'm sorry, bro. I'm
you watching it with emotion. The emotionality.
Back to Raymond.
Who can't fucking run a train. Well, he can run a train. I'll say this. You know what? Fuck Carmen also. Sandra Santiago. Fuck Carmen.
Her?
That wasn't even Raymond's kid. people are gonna be like, oh, but he's Puerto Rican. That's why the baby had the curly hair.
Bruh.
And no. As soon as he fucking died, how many times was he talking? And then Carmen did the same shit that Tracy did. This movie has a whole bunch of fucking, what's that word? What's that word when you let people bang your girl and you watch it on the side? Fuck, what are those guys?
I don't know.
What? The whole, they talk about that now with this new, with all these people that are like, oh, my partner's lover or whatever bullshit. What are those people called?
Swingers?
No, not swingers. For these pussy ass guys that, anyways, that's what this movie turned all these guys into. They turned all these guys into these pussy ass guys because look at Carmen. That wasn't fucking Ramo's baby. Because as soon as he died, here comes old guy with the jerry curl and the mustache, looking like the boyfriend from fucking Coming to America.
Thank God he did. Thank God he did.
No, but you know that, and that kid looked like his kid. They had the same skin tone.
Let me tell
same
you
fucking
something.
curly hair. That was not Ramo's baby. Carmen was playing him like a bitch before he got fucking. Then he goes out with his face in another man's midsection, getting electrocuted, talking about like that. Punk ass motherfucker. And then his main villain, his main antagonist in the movie's name is Spit the fuck out of here with all that shit. I don't need to hear this shit.
Would you have went and moved in that house?
She was asleep.
She
was asleep.
Oh my God. Who the fuck? Okay, that's how fucking low he was. Okay, let me tell you something like how low Raymond was. Okay, he couldn't get no job. He couldn't understand the concept of stacking paper to get a place for his lady. So he moves her into an abandoned house that was burned down 3 times.
Oh, but he swept the floor.
No appliances. So what does he do? What does he do? Instead of spending money or saving the money to get a place, he spray paints appliances on the walls. Like that was
on his defense, he did tell her, "Where do you want me to take you?" And she says, "Anywhere, as long as we're together."
Now here's this just goes to show. I am not saying that this movie does not show the 4 pillars that you're talking about. I'm not saying that this movie was not a milestone in hip hop culture. I'm saying that this is a bad movie.
And I'm saying I couldn't get through the whole movie without falling asleep.
Man.
What about the burning spear? You had Cool Herc, bro. At the burning spear, bro.
So? I mean, it's cool that he was in there, but doesn't mean the movie was good. Dougie Fresh?
Dougie Fresh was in this flick.
Kobo D? You can put
man. That scene right at the burning spear.
You can put a bunch of amazing godfathers, creators of something that has changed the world and is more than a movement. It's more than a genre. It's amazing and what it is. You can put all these originators into something, but if you put them in a bad fucking movie, it's still a bad fucking movie.
That scene at the burning spear with Kool Moe Dee is a hip hop classic. Ho, ho, ho. Open up your door. Santa Claus, and guess what, y'all? I got something to show. Man, come on, bro.
Don't even
that was up. So fire. It was directed so sweet. It was they had the dancers going, everything was just tight. It was come on, man.
Since you're doing right here, bringing this old ass movie into the nowadays and how you're defending it with the nowadays stuff, let's talk about Africa Kevin Spacey Boombada being in this movie.
What the hell are you talking about?
With the alleged diddling of the little kids. Africa Boombada. You don't know about that shit?
Bruh. We ain't talking about that ain't got nothing to do with tonight.
But you're bringing the old stuff into the new world? That's
man, bro. Why you keep sitting up there talking about that, man? Come on, man.
I'm doing
You gotta bring up that shit, man. Come on, man.
I'm doing the same thing you're doing.
Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with this. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
I'm saying this movie.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Allegedly became a diddler of the fiddler, you know.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Allegedly Diddy's mentor. Allegedly.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Just because there's awesome people in it, just because it has the pillars, just because it has the godfathers and godmothers.
Crazy Legs was in this movie. Crazy Legs was in this movie. He's one of the greatest DJ or breakdancers of all time.
No doubt. No
You
doubt.
had Crazy Legs, Kumo D, bro. He freshened up there rocking it.
They had Vin Diesel there in an uncredited, whatchamacallit, he was a B-boy. Did you know that?
Oh, where?
He's in the, go back and watch the movie. Have you seen him when he breakdances? Have you seen the video of him that they put out?
Oh, Vin Diesel can breakdance?
Bro.
No,
Seriously?
I didn't know this. No, I don't know. I haven't seen that many Vin Diesel movies, okay? Let's be honest.
He doesn't breakdance in any of his movies. He doesn't break. You wouldn't know that. So, but if you, man, how you gonna be about this movie and not know about this movie?
I know about this movie, but I don't go into depth quality about the intricacies of the shit. I go off in deep qualities about the fucking shit that needs to be going off about. Like Double K going to go get old girl tonight because y'all go home. I got this tonight. I'm seeing it in the background. Man, Lee was so fresh.
Look at that.
Who's that?
That's Fable. That's Fable from the Rocksteady crew and me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did you tell him about how bad you hated this movie when you saw that?
I told
him.
Say
it to his face, Josh.
I'll tell it to his face now. Hey, shout out to Fable. Hopefully he's doing good. He got into some stuff and they had to do a GoFundMe and all that. Shout out.
Oh, wow.
He
I didn't notice.
I believe he got hit by a car while he was walking. I believe.
That's fucked up. Nobody likes that.
Now I'm gonna find something more interesting than this movie. Whoa,
what are you talking about, man? Y'all be tripping on me. And Deborah, I know you be tripping too. Deb, what would you have? Did you see the apartment?
I fell asleep again.
Did you see the apartment that they moved in?
No.
I tell you, she went sleep. She went to sleep.
Josh, did you see the bed?
Was it pallets?
No, the bed that he had got. They found that bed out in the street and they brought it in.
Oh yeah, that nasty ass gangbang mattress that they.
Yes.
What was that New York movie where they wrapped that hooker up in a? She was like she shot a cop and they wrapped that hooker up in that mattress, and at the end of the movie they caused all these deaths and this and that, and then as you see the skyline of the city, you see the wrapped up hooker in the mattress. It was that mattress. That's what it was.
It probably was, bro. It probably was. That's the mattress he brought home her to, that they were going to use. And the boy said the joke said, "Yeah, we tried out the bed. It worked good."
For his girl and his baby sleep on this nasty ass bed. All right.
No,
look,
he had to. No. They had the bassinet for the baby. You didn't see that. They had the basket, the grocery basket. They had a grocery basket.
Look at this shit.
Filled with blankets.
You ready? Look at this. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right.
That's Van Diesel. I like that tracksuit.
His real name is Mark Vincent. Oh, it's in slow motion. Hold on. They're showing his moves. This is back in the day. Showing you how to do it.
When Josh told me he was in here, because I'm like a really big fan of Vin Diesel, and
she's like Vin Diesel can get it. That's the same thing she's trying to say right there.
Oh wow!
And he told me he was in it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, into okay, we're gonna watch it. But not even Vin Diesel could keep me awake. This movie just put me to sleep.
Now, even more interesting than this movie. Even more interesting. Don't watch that advertisement. Don't watch that advertisement.
Oh man.
Hold on. Skip. Look at this.
What was she?
This is more interesting. Right here. Where's the man at? Look at that. Jean-Claude Van Damme in Breaking. There he is. You see him right there?
Yeah, I saw his ass. Are you serious? Are we watching Turbo and Ozone right now? These jokers are killing me. They are killing me right now with these cut off fishnet shirts.
This scene is better than the whole damn.
They are killing me with these cut off fishnet shirts.
I'm telling Cobweb, this 2.5 hour long movie. He's like, it's not 2 hours. That's like an hour 40 minutes, 15 minutes short of 2 hours. It felt like a 4 hour long movie. Thought I was watching Schindler's List, but more depressing. Just because it's got the pillars don't mean it's good.
It was good.
It was groundbreaking, yes.
Yes. It was. Nothing was done like it before.
Was it important? Yes. Was it good?
No.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
It was not that many. It's not that many hip hop movies, honestly, that you can compare better than.
I agree.
Street not being in the top 5.
Just because there's not that many doesn't make this a good movie.
Yeah,
out of the ones that they have been, regardless of the matter, all of them, B Street would be in the top 5 of everybody's conversation, except for you.
If there was only 5 movies of this,
if there were 5 movies of hip hop from 1981 to 1989,
this would be number 5.
Be number 6.
All right, name 4 movies. Name 4 hip hop movies better than Beat Street.
Breaking 1, Breaking 2, Wild Style, fucking
Breaking 2,
Electric Boogaloo.
Breaking 2. The Electric Boogaloo is better than Beat Street.
The inside of my eyelids were better than this movie.
Okay, what else you got? You got Breaking 1, Breaking 2, and then you said what else did you say?
What about Rapping?
Nah.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
With Mario Van Peebles.
No,
that was bad.
Seen that one.
Nah. Okay, what else you got?
I will say this movie is better than some shit like 8 Mile.
An 8 Mile won an Academy Award?
That don't mean shit. You can polish a turd, and all it means is it's a polished fucking turd. All these people like smelling their own shit. That's why they get their own fucking awards for whatever. They're like, oh, let's give it to the Great White Hope. Whatever. That movie was ass too.
Oh shit, bro. You are on 10, bro. Why you fucking ripping the beat to the street, man? I mean, the movie was named after the group, the dance group, Lee's dance group.
You know what? I take that back about 8 Mile. You know why?
Why?
I've never seen it. I've just seen the ending when he goes off on fucking.
You never seen 8 Mile?
No, I've never seen 8 Mile. When he goes off on fucking what's his name, War Machine.
Oh yeah,
that I've seen the clip online. I've never seen 8 Mile. I don't know if it's any good or not. I was an Eminem hater way back in the day, and
I'm an Eminem hater now.
Wow, man. I'm looking in the back in the scene, and we're there on the scene at the Burning Spear with the Treacherous 3.
Yes.
That's what's up. Hey, look. Here's another thing. See, what was Lee's name of Lee's dance group?
Beat Street Breakers.
And that's it. That's what it was all about. It was a story about Lee, and it was everything else just kind of like translated over.
It's a shit story about Lee. Lee didn't.
You see, y'all can kiss my mistletoe.
I'm just talking about this movie. I'm not talking about its relevance into hip hop culture or history or anything like that. Think about Rae Dawn Chong, right? She goes to the club so she can see what's out in the street, what's out in the local area, so she can steal it, so she can gentrify it and put it in her college fucking performance. She gets into Lee's ear, right? Rubs up all on him and all that. She knows he's a little boy, and she knows what that short ass dress was going to do to a little boy. And she's like, I told him exactly what to expect. He knew that he was going to come over here and we were just going to use him to steal his moves. Bitch.
Man.
And then his brother, his old ass, could have been his dad brother, was like, oh, well, you got your little kid, he uses that word, over here, and that's what made you happy. You brought him over here and showed him off in front of all your friends and all that. Now y'all recorded him and you stole his moves. First of all, nobody invited y'all to fucking go. It was
they
only
went because they should have went.
no, they should have, but that's not how.
And
you
he's supposed to go because what's his who's his manager?
Now he
his
wants
manager. He need his manager because they would have took the tape. They would have used them if they didn't have them together. They'd have fucked Lee over big time. They were supposed to be there. Okay, his manager was supposed to be there. That was his manager, bro.
You're way up on Charlie.
Yeah, because Charlie was about that paper. I respected Charlie.
He wasn't. He was just the only fool out of the crew that couldn't do shit. So they're like, "You're going to be the manager. You have a nice suit. That means you're the manager."
Somebody's got to organize it and put it together.
So after she goes and she uses half her own culture because she's Tommy Chong's daughter. After she uses half her own culture to steal the moves to put in her whack ass show, right? What happens? They're walking down the street and then he's like, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And then she does go back to that scene. Go back to that scene and look. "Do you have a boyfriend?" And she's like, "This motherfucker." She does that face and all that. Reminds me of this one time when I was working at this. What?
He's laughing.
Keep going.
I was working at this one place, right? And
where was you working at, man?
I won't say where it is. I won't say where it is. And this guy, big, thick neck, muscle-headed guy, he was like, "Hey, there's that custodian, and I really like her, and blah, 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 blah." Right? I said, "Yeah." Okay. And he goes, "I'm scared to talk to her. Do me a favor, give her this note." This is back in the days when you gave people notes, handheld.
Oh, shit, right? Notes. You like me? Circle yes or no.
Well, see, here's the thing. Grown-ass people, right? I took her the note, and she's like, "What's this?" I said, "This is from so-and-so." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And she opens it up, and she looks at it. She gets all like, "Ah, blah, 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 blah." And she writes something, and she hands it to me, right? I was an asshole. She's like, "Give it back to him." I said, "All right." I was an asshole, and I read it, and it was literally like, "I think you're pretty. Do you like me?" And it had the yes or no, and she checked yes. Grown ass, early 20s people, and that's the same fucking vibe I got from Kay and Tracy in this movie. And the only reason she let him up on it was because she still wanted to use Lee and she wanted to get some information from him and all that. She knew that he was going to look like a dumbass on that computer.
You think?
She knew.
Bro, Deb, explain to Deb from back in the day. From I take it you were a note passer.
Whom? Me?
Yes, in school.
This wasn't in school that I'm talking about.
I'm just asking you, were you a note passer, Deb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
How in the hell did you girls figure out how to fold those goddamn notes so fucking tight? How in the fuck did you do that? How in the world you get a note? When you got a note, it was like folded like intricate ways, like origami or whatever the fuck they call that shit. So did you have to get it? It'd be like crazy to unfold it. How did y'all figure that shit the fuck out?
I don't know.
Just did. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how we used to do it back in the day, the notes. I don't even know how they do it now as kids. What do they do? Like just come up to each other and say like, "Let's fuck"? I don't know.
Me and my best friend used to we had a notebook and it had like a whole bunch of empty pages and we would write to each other
in the notebook.
And then during passing classes, we had each other a notebook.
Can you pass me my tea from over there, Deborah? Man, this movie, Back to Beat Street, can beat off.
Don't you own this?
Yeah. Because of support of the culture, support of how impactful this was and this and that. I can recognize that. I can admit that. But at the same time, I can also say it was a money grab and it used the culture and it used. This movie is the same shit that Tracy did in the movie. She saw what was happening. She saw what was fresh, what was new, and said, "Let me throw it out to the masses. Let me throw it out to the people." And that's what this movie is. The same shit that Tracy was trying to do to Lee. And hip hop. Lee represents all of hip hop. and this movie represents Tracy. Boom.
Man. Oh, this is the auditions. This is the auditions, right? This group right here in the back of the auditions were pretty good. They were pretty good. The guy on the keyboard is really good. He's got like 4 keyboards there going, and he's playing them all at the same time.
I dropped that fucking bomb. Fucking. We didn't even do the calculator doom, the calculadora de doom, the motherfucking calculator doom. We've already been talking about this shit 50 minutes. 50 minutes, half this long ass movie. Was there good breaking? Yes. Was there good emceeing? For the time, yes. Was there good bombs thrown up there and burners thrown up there? Yes.
Fuck yeah, they were. Them motherfuckers was dope. You learned something on that. That last one he did with that hip hop don't stop. Oh,
that spit immediately got to.
Oh my God, that motherfucker right there.
Spit is supposed to be a representation of somebody named Cap from back in the day that actually did the same shit. But when they show Spit earlier in the movie and he wrote his stuff in green and black, if you look at it, it was good. Like it was good. It looked like vines or looked like snakes or something like that. But then later on, whenever they showed him, it was just some fucking curse of spit. And then he even put the dot over his eyes. Like that didn't even look like a tag or a throw up or anything like that. You know,
was bad. It was bad.
They probably just got some gaffer or some best boy or whatever from there on the set. And they're like, here, spray paint this.
What would Raymond would have done if he would have caught his ass?
I don't know, because he got fucking fried. Him and Spit fell down. Some bullshit.
That was just ridiculous.
Stupid.
That was ridiculous.
Stupid.
Stupid. It was just. This Raymond was just stupid altogether, bro.
Yes, I agree.
He was just.
If we're gonna,
how did he spend all that money? Let me tell you, how much money would you think he was spending on paint?
Back then, 5 things of paint was probably like 89 cents.
But back then, that was a lot of money.
Well, they was throwing those parties, and that's how they was making money. Because they was throwing those parties. You come to the party, they had the food, they had the dancing, and everything else like that, and that's how they would cater to that.
$5 bucks, $10 bucks.
Yeah, so that's how he was getting his money for his paint. He just wasn't spending on his kid, except for that hoodie.
You know what was a better?
For a second, I thought that was like the one singing. I thought that was the guy from summer school.
You know what was
that dude?
You know what was a better?
Hit some guitar.
A better hip hop movie in the 80s than this?
Which one?
Disorderlies.
Oh, bullshit!
From the Fat Boys.
I love that.
My God, no way!
I guarantee you, in a direct manner, not a roundabout manner, because this one will have more reach. Roundabout, in a direct manner, more people have seen Disorderlies than they've seen B Street.
That's some bullshit, because I don't even remember seeing Disorderlies.
Oh, because your experience means you represent everybody.
I think I saw it, but I didn't watch all of it. What are you talking about? I got the soundtrack Disorderlies up here on the shelf.
Nice.
I do. Nice. I have it up here. I saw it the other day when I was putting it up. I was like, oh shit, Disorderlies. What the fuck?
You didn't even know you had it.
I didn't. I didn't even know I had a Disorderlies freaking Fat Boys vinyl record. How many people got those? Sound off. I don't know what it's worth right now, but it's probably not worth that much.
All right. Top 10 hip hop movies of the 80s from hiphopdx.com. Don't trust me. Don't take my word for it. Butterfly in the sky.
Hey, what we got?
Oh, anyways. Number 10, Do the Right Thing.
Is that the one we just saw?
Number 9, Tougher Than Leather.
I don't know if I would say Do the Right Thing is a hip hop movie.
So here's the next thing that I could maybe, but seeing this one makes me feel, I don't know if this list knows what they're talking about. The next one being Colors. Now, are they just saying because there's black people in it and rap that makes it a hip hop movie?
Hip hop. The Colors was not a hip hop movie at all.
If anything, Colors spread the gang movement across the country.
Yeah, Colors was not a hip hop movie. I mean, it had now hold up a second. Colors had a dope ass soundtrack.
It had pillars of hip hop in it. That doesn't mean it was a hip hop movie. Doesn't mean it was. Case in point. Next movie, Disorderlies.
Cut it out.
Next movie, yes. I can't believe I didn't think about this as a hip hop movie.
What?
The full name of it, not just the partial name that everybody uses. The full name, Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon, 1985. Showed up.
Okay, that is not a hip hop movie.
Crush.
Why
Groove.
is that? Wait, no. Why
Don't tell me. Tell hiphopdx.com. Don't tell me.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Crush Groove, and then Breakin', then Beat Street, and Style Wars, and then
Style Wars was pretty wild. I've seen that.
Style. Okay, so it's got Beat Street as number 3. Wild Style, Style Wars.
Now Cobweb was like, this is the best website ever.
No, I don't say that. I just don't understand everything that would be on that list. I don't think that Colors should be on that list.
Colors.
I don't think that. I don't think that. Which was the other one? Do the Right Thing should not be on that list because it wasn't a hip hop movie. It just played that one song from Public Enemy. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't consider that a hip hop movie. And I definitely don't consider what was that other one that was on that list that was really
say Tougher Than Leather. Tougher Than Leather, straight up hip hop.
Was Crush Groove on that list?
Crush Groove was on the list. It was number 4. But yeah, it had Disorderlies and Do the Right Thing and Colors on there. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Oh, The Last Dragon. That was not a hip hop movie.
Oh.
Josh, please. No. That is not a hip hop movie.
I'm not even talking anymore.
Do you remember that year that I dressed up as Sam?
Deborah dressed up like Sam Hames, sewing Sam from Trick or Treat.
Yeah,
and
right.
There was a guy on stage that was dressed up like Shonuff, and then there was also a person dressed as a Native American, a body friendly, or what is it, body positive, titties popping out Native American. And then there was this couple dressed as Cheech and Chong, and I was like, man, Deborah's gonna lose to this titty bitch just because her titties are hanging out, and she's ugly. Well, I don't want to say she's ugly because I don't want to be saying people are ugly.
She just fell off the ugly tree.
Well, no, just because people dress in Halloween costumes, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna make my tits pop out. It'll upgrade the Halloween costume or whatever. So I was like, man, she's gonna lose to the damn titty bitch. I said, I'm thinking to myself, if she loses to Shonuff, because his costume was great.
Yes,
it was awesome. If she loses to Shonuff, I'm okay with that. So they announced Cheech and Chong as one, and I was like, yes. And then they announced somebody else, and I'm like, oh, poor Deborah, And then they announced Shonuff, and I'm like, damn. And then they announced Deborah as number 1. I was like, yes. And then the girl with her fun bags hanging out, she just makes this look on her face like, because every age group that was on there, they had like one of her family members or whatever is like the same costume for every age group. It's like, you don't need to be making little kids look like that, and each one of those had one. But Deborah's costume was like a true Halloween costume. We made it from scratch. The first time we had tried to do something like that, it was awesome.
Yep.
That's what's up.
I remembered because we were talking about Shonuff. But his, like, if I would have been one of the judges, to be honest, I would have chosen him.
In the background, I was looking in the background. Look, this is one of my favorite scenes, the burning spear. That's Cool Heart.
I see Cool Heart. It's his club.
It's his club. That's this part right here when he turned it on. A E. They crowd went bananas on this joint. I could watch Beat Street every day.
There are three people that are in The Last Dragon that are better than this whole damn movie. Number 3, Tiamat, which was Leroy.
Okay.
Number 2, Ernie Reyes Jr., Ty, the little kid. And number 1, Vanity, for being Vanity.
That's Vanity, bro.
You can tell me anything in Beat Street beats Vanity? Nope. No,
bro. We're talking Vanity, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, see,
it's Vanity, bro. Lake Minnetonka. Damn, Lake Minnetonka.
You didn't have to go there, but yeah.
Why not?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. I think we're done.
We didn't.
I was about to say it right now. I think it's time, even though we did it at the wrong fucking time. Time for.
That's my fault.
To cry.
The motherfucking calculator doom, el calculadora de doom for this movie. And who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Oh,
go for it, Deborah.
I'm gonna be nice.
Wow.
I'm gonna be nice, and because I'm watching it right now, and I'm gonna give it a 5, just because we said if you give it a 5, that's when you'll watch it again. I'll give it another chance. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna fall asleep. I might fall asleep right when we finish this, but I'm gonna give it a 5 just because I will give it a chance. I don't have anything else to say about it though.
Cobweb, my brother, please decide if you want me to go next or if you want to go next.
I already gave my score. I'm giving it a 10. It's Beat Street.
Just because it's Beat Street. That's why it gets a 10.
Well, Beat Street is pivotal to me because that's when I truly fell in love with hip hop. When I saw Beat Street.
I can accept that you are admitting to the glasses of nostalgia.
I loved everything about it, and I still watch it, and I still love everything about it.
Understood. I can respect that. Now, I will bring up Breaking. Right? You know Rocket and Turbo?
Turbo and Ozone?
There's also Rocket. I hadn't even got to Ozone yet.
Who was Rocket?
See, you hadn't seen the movies then. You hadn't seen them right.
What the fuck?
We can talk about the broom scene.
That's my favorite scene.
People that don't even know they've seen the movies will go crush grooving, body moving. Right? Who has random memories or embedded into their thoughts anything about B Street?
I mean, beside who doesn't?
No, but I mean, what's one thing? What's one hook other than saying that this movie had tons of amazing people, tons of the Godfathers, the Godmothers?
Everybody screams out, Rainbow, 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 when he gets electrocuted like that. Everybody remembers that. All right. Let's hear it, Josh. I'm waiting. This will be good.
I yell out, Richie!
Yeah, now that's a movie right there, La Bamba.
Or Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky, Richie.
I don't yell out Romo or what's his name?
Damn, you don't want to be named anybody with an R in these movies. Ricky, Richie, Romo.
Not my Richie Bob.
Richard.
Richard.
I'm gonna give the movie a 5 because I will see it again. But I wish I wouldn't have seen it as a movie to review because it reviews bad. I'm reviewing it with my eyes now, not my eyes then.
And you give it a 5, so that gives us a what? A score of what? That's a
Triple sixes.
Oh crap!
And you know what? The people on IMDb give it a 6.5.
Wow. They're full of shit.
That's what we gave it.
Are you saying we're full of shit?
That's exactly what we gave it.
Oh man. That's all right.
I'll even give it a 7 since it was a 6.6. There, I marked it. Cast of the Pod gave it a 7. I'll be nice.
We gave him B Street a 7. That's what we're giving it.
Yep.
Okay. I completely object.
As a first time person seeing it.
Oh yeah, it was.
Look. I like this. First rating I see: pure comedy in the form of culture exploitation. Terrible idea that the wholesale stolen from 2 films. This is what I was saying. This movie was stolen from 2 films before: Beat Street, the nucleus of how this garbage is thrown away. A pap smear was a film. Wild Style was produced, scripted, and an original production. So if you want legitimacy, watch Style Wars for historical reflection and the real story. Wild Style is interesting, and there's good music and breakdancing and a killer soundtrack. If you want Disney ride the bullshitville, watch Beat Street.
Bruh.
Who wrote this? Who is this genius? Huxley Edwards. Fuck your name.
I'll go out there. You know what, Huxley Edwards? If I ever see you on the street, I'm going to beat your fucking ass. Do you ever say no shit like that about Beat Street?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because I can, and I'm Cobweb.
You can't. That's an opinion that he has, and he has his right to his opinion.
Let's see who gave it.
His opinion doesn't mean his opinion. Excuse me, doesn't mean spit.
To you.
Wait. Who wrote this? Wait a minute. Judging this movie as a movie is wrong. This is not a movie. It is a guidebook. You can't realize the impact of this film that it had on lives of teenagers outside of the U.S. If you're 14 years old in a cinema watching the battle in the Roxy with eyes open, mouth open wide, and you can understand. Okay, has some corny scenes and some bad acting, but who cares? No one did, and no one will. This is a worldwide introduction to hip hop.
Yeah.
And it says it's a guide on how to live and how not to take care of your kid and how not to have a job and how to disrespect your mother and how to
man, Josh, you just going in on this.
Die with your face in another man's lap named Spit. That's
my God.
I want to completely watch this movie now for to see the parts that y'all keep talking about.
Oh man, Deb, there's that
facing another man's lap talking about la, 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 la. Tell me, my line? Do you hear a line? Do you see a line? No.
He got electrocuted like that. That's how he went out. He did go out pretty bad. But I mean, he was being electrocuted.
But then they tried to make it all serious. That was his Moby Dick reference again. His Moby Dick, the white whale, the white train. And how this is another one of those movies where like the people watching this movie are stupid. So let's just show later on in the movie, it's like, hey, Ramo, you always talk about the white trains. Let's go after the train right now. All your life, you've been going after the white trains. And then later on in the movie, Ramo's all like, the white train.
The white one.
The fuck out of here with that.
What are you talking about, bro? Yeah, he was crazy. Oh, they're doing the train right now. This is where they're doing it now.
When they do this shit in movies, That's the writers going, these people are too stupid to understand it, so we're gonna spoon feed it to them at whatever. It's for some movies, that's what the movies are. But if that's what
I don't understand why you hating so much. You haven't told me why you hating so much on this flick. Because let me tell you, this movie introduced a lot of people to the culture that never even saw any of this before, and I thought it did a pretty good representation of it.
So introducing someone to the bad side of a culture is okay if you're because you're introducing
what
the
bad side of the culture. It's a movie.
Not taking care of your family, being a grown ass, old ass man, and tagging shit up just now. If
look at that work, that's beautiful.
It is, and without a doubt, it is. And whoever did great stuff. And this was at a time and place when people were learning, and they're like, because people see movies and they're like, that's how life is. That's how it's supposed to be, or whatever. Come to find out, all these beautiful pieces weren't done by any taggers. They weren't done by anybody. They were done by set fucking contracted artists. None of this was done by any real taggers. And any real
contracted artists?
You can look it up. You
can't draw hip hop if you don't know it.
If you're looking at a fucking piece of paper and you're just ripping it straight off, just like how Tracy did with Lee's dances, I'm telling you, this movie is Tracy and hip hop is Lee. They just use this shit to make money, and they were like,
what is this?
Exactly. And this
that's the dance recital the girl was doing.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, Deb, you can watch it later when I'm not watching it. All right, we're done. That's it. I want a horror movie. Speaking of which, Chuckles hit me up. Chuckles wants to do the Gate 1 and 2 all in one episode.
I'm down.
Soon we're gonna have the Gate 1 and 2 all in one episode. Yes, and then we
like the Gate 1 and 2.
We need to bring horror back into this fucking podcast, not horrible.
I'm down. You guys just don't get it.
No, I get it. I understand. And I see. My eyes are clear, my brother.
Okay.
My crooked eye.
I'll take a 7.
My crooked eye is clear. I gotta take a nap. I gotta go to work in 1 hour.
All right, guys. Yeah, this is a good one.
Let's
wrap it up.
Until next time, hit us up at CastOfThePod.com, all the social medias, Club 3P. I'll keep an eye out for y'all. And don't forget the phone number. I forgot the phone number. 786-763-2278. That's 786 podcast. Hit up Cobweb at Cobweb411. And I'm Josh.
I'm Cobweb.
And I'm Deb.
You're not asleep?
No, I'm not asleep.
Okay.
Hey, this is the scene when Raymond dies.
Yes, Deb, look, watch. But we're not going to put that on the pod. They ain't going to be able to see it anyways. So thank you for spending time with us with this horrible movie.
Why are they running?
Is it a historical movie? Yes, it's a historical movie. But just because it's historical don't mean it's great. The Battle of Alamo, that wasn't great. Historical.
That spit?
Yeah, that's Spin and Raymond fighting. Yeah.
Thanks for lending us your ears. Thanks for watching us. You can watch us on Spotify. You can watch us on YouTube. Watch us on Spotify is great. Listen to the pod wherever you pick up podcasts. All right, y'all. Thank you. Peace.